charging Colorado for your feels. Compulsion does not equal compassion. It's just compulsion. Charity at the barrel of a gun. Don't pay your taxes, somebody will show up with a gun. We have 150 million people. If we divided the country roughly half and half, that would be 15 of the no person is illegal for every person who actually is illegal. All you had to do is sign up to sponsor those individuals and put your money where your mouth is and say, look, we'll sponsor them. When my grandparents came here, they had to have a sponsor, they had to have a job. Second generation American, I get it. They had to have a job and they had to have a sponsor. They couldn't be a burden on society. What is this? Burden on society. Rights are things like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It does not cost you to not violate my life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness, nor does it cost me to violate yours. But if you start charging people and saying it's a right, that's compelled labor for your feels at the barrel of a gun. That is slavery. Your compelling labor to pay for your feels is slavery. Cost effective. If you want cost effective to help these individuals, go topple their socialist countries from which they're fleeing. Don't make more socialist countries here. So let's talk about this. 8 to 10 people were brought in here under the Biden administration illegally. That's where we get the 10. Denver poured about $80 million for the housing, feeding, and doctoring of cartel newcomers at the expense to city jobs and city services, another $98 million to spend to enroll citizens or the cartel children in public schools at the cost of the citizens of Colorado. But even this level of spending was unacceptably small for the majority party. HB 20-215, health affordability. Those earning less than $79,000 a year qualified for health care regardless of immigration status. Nothing says sanctuary state like including in your bills regardless of immigration status. The program is now called Omnisalud, or salad, whatever.
Omnisalud is not the bill before us. Representative DeGraff, I find your comments highly offensive. Please speak respectfully.
And works with the state's insurance program under the label Colorado Connect. How is this program funded? A new fee was attached to every health care premium.
Again,
we are talking about it. We are talking about this program. I guarantee it. That tax was added to the premiums.
Excuse me, Representative DeGraff. Representative Brown, please. Representative DeGraff, the program before us is Cover All Coloradans. It is not
Yes, ma'am. I'm giving you the history
Omnisalud.
of how we got here.
I wrote the bill for Cover All Coloradans.
Right, and so you know that it added $400 to $600 per policy, and so it doesn't show up on your policy except in an additional expense because it's paid for by the insurance company itself, correct?
Representative DeGraff, you're speaking about the health insurance affordability enterprise. We are speaking about Cover All Coloradans.
Well, these all lead together because these are the same individuals, so the individuals covered under here.
This is
But
a
let me
different
get to this.
program before us. Please speak to this bill.
Okay. So the Colorado for All program, first enacted, the fiscal note said it would cost roughly $2 million in its first year, then $14 million in its second year to cover some 3,700 individuals. That's not what happened. The state spent almost $95 million last year and costs are expected to rise to almost 130 years. In case those who are wondering, the PV equals NRT, that's roughly doubling. That's an 80% per year growth rate at least, doubling every 11 months. 20,000 children now enrolled, 7,000 pregnant females. The original bill also funded individual outreach efforts to ensure that more people could get coverage. So apparently it's okay to go track down people in the state illegally as long as it's to give them the money from the taxpayers of Colorado. This basically to replace the Medicaid funding that these individuals that are here illegally are not entitled to because they're here illegally. If you go to another country, you're not entitled to their health care. You're not entitled to any of their protections. You're not entitled to be coddled go to any other country. You're not. But here, one city alone, 80 million and another 98 million on the backs of the citizens of Colorado. These are not rights just because it makes you feel good. We've got people from around the world that want to come here, but and what? Do we just prioritize somebody because they're cartelled across our southern border? The cartels control the southern border. Nobody crosses that border without the cartel permission. And so you're looking at human trafficking, and now we're supporting it on the backs of the citizens of Colorado and then pretending it's a right because we get weepy. It is compulsion, it is coerced labor to extract money from the citizens of Colorado to pay for your fields. Healthcare is a great privilege. It is a great responsibility. We are taking this budget, these pink pages take money from the very needy citizens of Colorado and then give it away, hunt people down in order to give it to them as long as they qualify by being in this country illegally, by breaking the law. That is the qualification for them being here, for being in this program. Citizens of Colorado, this is government being done to you, not for you.